Right, well, Hardy Classics, the garage. Got another car here for sale. This one's a really rare car. It's a 1925. So what's that? 98 years old, something like that. Gwynne 8. By 8 doesn't refer to horsepower. It was just a fiddle for the taxation class. This is a really, really rare car. It's a project car, but it's mega rare. I just want to tell you something, a brief history about the Gwynne. So the Gwynne Car Company started in about 1920. It acquired another car company called the Adam Car Company, who made cars under the Albert name. Most of the cars were built in Chiswick, London. They also branched out into making aero engines, obviously for the aeroplane industry. In fact, the engines were loosely based on a Spanish manufacturer. Now this little car, correct as if I'm wrong, because like I keep saying, I'm not an expert on everything. I get loads of cars in, I don't know everything. If I'm wrong, let us know. But we believe it's a 950, so it's a 950cc 4-cylinder. Produces about 24 horsepower, obviously when new, which is really powerful for such a light car. Cars like this, the manufacturers were 10 a penny, and this one, unfortunately, was plagued with financial problems. And the receivers took over the company in 1927 after making about 225 of these Gwynnes. But the business kept going, and it was a really, really good business. It manufactured water pumps, and a lot of fire engines, early fire engines, had Gwynne pumps in them. The car in 1925 would have cost you 198 guineas. And this particular bodied car, we think, is the only one in existence. We know a little bit about the history, not much. We know the car was bought in an auction in 1965 in the West Country, and then we think it went out to America and was owned by a really famous economist. So I'm going to have a quick walk around the car with you now, and we'll have a look at things. You've got a double set of spare wheels on here, God forbid if you ever needed them. Basically motorcycle tyres, aren't they? Petrol can, in case you run out of petrol, because obviously on these cars there's no petrol gauges. So you usually use a stick. Now the petrol tank on this is actually under the bonnet. We'll have a look under there. That's your petrol tank. What we've done to this car basically is we've recommissioned it. When we got it, it was a non-runner, non-driver. We've got it up and running. We've got it starting and stopping. Although it hasn't got a starter motor, you've got to start it on the handle. We've got it starting and stopping, and the idea of this is that whoever's watching this video, whoever fancies the car, take it to your level, do what you want. Either run it as it is, or strip it down and have probably one of the most unique cars on the road. It's a 4-seater Tourer. Now the hood's in pretty bad condition, but it's a pattern. You can make one off that. You know, you're not working off a blank canvas. You've got a pattern to work off. Again, the interior's, it's all there. You could sit on it and drive it, but it's pretty shoddy. But again, it's a pattern to make another car. Rest of the bodywork on the car's pretty good. Chassis good. The lights are good on the back. You know, I mean, I know it's only lights, but these things, when they're missing, they're a nightmare to get hold of. It's got the little running boards. It's got a battery box. The car was fitted with the dynamo, but unfortunately the dynamo's missing. But it's no big thing. Any dynamo will fit that car. You can make a bracket for it. And that's about it, really. Quick look in the inside again at the dashboard. You've got your clock, your mechanical clock, which actually works. Few dials and switches, advanced retard, more or less the same controls as a modern day car. Like a lot of cars from the 20s, the throttle's in the middle, so you've got a throttle pedal, and on the column you've also got a hand throttle, and this lever is your advanced retard. Handbrake and a 3-speed gearbox. So pretty basic inside. And the thing I love about these old cars, every time we get one in, somebody always has a St. Christopher stuck on the dashboard. So I don't know whether that's a good thing or a bad thing, or an omen. We've sold a few of these 1920s cars recently, and they've gone over to America. And it wouldn't surprise me if this didn't go to America, because what a find it would be. What a car in America. I mean, who's got one? Well, there you go. If you need to know any more about this car, give us a ring, follow us on Instagram or YouTube, or look at our website, give us a ring, a message, and I'll give you a little bit more information about it. Bye bye now.